The timer.
Hey, welcome to Saturday Night D&D with D and Brig.
Oh, the stream. Got it.
I know you're D&D deprived, Nick.
I was running behind
This
on
is
that.
still the standard. All right, who wants to take a stab for a luck point is on the line. Who wants to take a stab at recap from last time?
Oh, definitely me, who wasn't even here until like the last 30 minutes.
You're
Nick,
exempt.
I need you to make something up.
All right.
Oh.
You want me to
Close
make
you are.
something up? All right, let's see. We ran away from fuck, what was it? It was a something
Pit
demon.
fiend.
Pit fiend. We ran away from a pit fiend and a fucking asshole sorcerer. That guy, by the way, fuck that guy. But the
You're
pit
getting off
fiend,
track like I do.
yeah, but the pit fiend was a real asshole. We ran away from him. Will lost his awesome dagger of silencing because nobody knows how to communicate what they're planning to do, and yeah, so we ran to a town, to a city, and in this city, and I probably have it in my notes, the name of the city. We are looking for Felix. So we talked to some people. There was a guy named Chud, and I don't know what we said to him because I wasn't here for that. But Chud is the kind of name that makes it sound like he's really just a Chad, but he's a dud. He's like a dud Chad. And he probably tried to get us drunk, probably tried to sell us some bullshit. I'm going to guess we didn't buy his bullshit because that's what we got Iggy for. And, shortly after we met, what's his name? Who's the second guy that we met? Hang on, it's in my notes.
I like that Chud made it into your notes,
Jasper.
having not been there all night.
Jasper offered a little bit more assistance, but we also wanted more information. So we found out that Felix is apparently trying to overthrow Asmodeus. I mean, I don't really understand why Felix is the only one getting in trouble for this right now.
He is allegedly.
Allegedly, that's right. I'm
trying to
sorry.
overthrow Asmodeus.
Allegedly. Which, I mean, let's be honest. Come on. When you're the Lord of the Nine Hells, it's a compliment, right? Like, you're the Lord of the Nine Hells and someone's trying to overthrow you. That means you're doing a good job. Somebody wants to get rid of you. You must be doing something right. So I think Asmodeus is kind of looking about this the wrong way. He needs to kind of take it more of as a compliment than anything else. But yeah, we're going to either try to assassinate or blackmail. One
He's
of the
close.
two.
Warmer.
We're gonna Jeffrey Epstein this judge.
Sure.
I think that deserves a luck point.
Yeah.
Do
That was better than I would have done, and I was here.
Nope. You have to pick which character gets it, Nick.
All right. Last time it went to Will. This time it'll go to Lily.
All right. You got one luck point. Which, for all of the 5 viewers out there, if you're not aware, there is now a luck point system. You can contribute bits to purchase a luck point for the party, which they can use to re-roll just about anything, whether it's a DM roll or one of their own.
Actually,
Have to
there are
double
now
check the-
6 viewers.
The fine print on that one.
I'm providing nepotism to your stream, Bradley. You're welcome.
I think he stepped away because his portrait disappeared.
Oh. Well, that's okay.
I have no idea which window I should watch to see what he's up to, if anything. Anyway, and any other key details the rest of the party remembers that might be important?
Shit, I must have nailed it.
Yeah.
I thought I summed it up.
I thought you were going to make up a story as you went along, and I was ready for that instead.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to be like, we ran away from the pit fiend, and you were going to like trail off into a story where we saved the universe from Primus.
I mean, shit. If we need to make up another story for another luck point, I'm happy to do it.
We'll just all make up a story together as we go along now.
That's kind of my dwarfs thing, is writing fan fiction. That's not really a Lily or Will thing.
Oh no. The campaigns are bleeding.
I bet I could write something pretty good though.
You showed up just in time, Nick, to have both Will and Lily sign into a contract along with the rest of the party with this interesting, somewhat mysterious grayskin tiefling named Jasper, who claimed to have some resources that would be available should you decide to work together to steal an item away from this judge, an amnesu by the name of Ethic, in order to gain a position of influence or power over him, because he was instrumental in handling the cases of those in Clasp moving through the system, where, as you've been told, Felix is in kind of a holding stage, and there's a long line of people to be tried in the system. So sitting in this kind of law escrow is could be a lengthy sentence in and of itself.
Oh,
so
boy.
you're looking for a possible means to expedite this whole process, or get him somewhere you can reach him, any number of things. But this seems to be promising on the face of it.
Cool.
So when we last left off, you had all met back up with Jasper in the tavern, the Bleeding Horn, with the fancy lava flow behind the bar, keeping the whole place warm, but keeping the cold drinks flowing at the same time. He had been shelling out for some rounds for everybody, but now that you had all signed the contract, he's going to stand up and claps his hands together. Well, I suggest you all come with me. We can take a carriage up to a more personal domicile of mine, and we can commence with the rigorous planning stage. I promise at least 3 of my blackboards will be of use. He motions for the group to just kind of follow him out.
Oh.
By the way.
In short order, has a fairly fancy, but like not hellish looking, just standard fare carriage pull up, and there's room for all of you to sit inside. Maybe it's one of those stretch carriages. But the group is kind of carried out down through the main part of the city, and then you notice you're kind of heading up a rise, and he leads you all to a different district up on the bluff, known as... I've got too many notes in one long file. It's just he explains on the way, this is the kind of the suburb of Harmonette, which stands out to the group because, as compared to some of the more charred land and rubble-strewn streets, it's very verdant, well-kept, clean. There's nicely polished flagstone sidewalks along like some well-growing like front yards. It's bizarrely Pleasantville-esque even. And you notice various it's not a packed neighborhood. There're just some nice estates along the way. As you look back upon entering this space, like a large set of gates are closing. This is very much a gated community vibe. And Jasper comments at some of the kind of curious looks. This is one of the attempts the city has made to prevent slipping entirely into Baitor. They balance out along with the rule about not so many devils being in the city at one time. They have also found some volunteers who have promised to reside in this portion of the city. Some of the more benevolent personality types, in order to kind of provide a cosmic balance. So this is a bit of the insurance should they overflow on the presence of devils in the city. It's a very nice place as long as you don't leave.
I'll have to take your word for it.
Think like, if you travel to a foreign country, stay in the resort, don't go out into the city. But he pulls up to a modest estate. It's only about 6,000 square feet. And leads everybody out of the carriage, in through a pair of nice stained glass doors in like deep oak, and into a kind of down a side hall into more of a smoking room or a parlor, and motions us to the group. Please feel free to avail yourself of the bar, or I can have some refreshments brought, some snacks perhaps if you are still hungry. But we will commence with the planning in short order. Let me just go get my notes. And kind of walks off into what looks to be a study as he goes through the door.
Blaskin looks over at Will. You really want those snacks, don't you? Nick's not even listening.
What gave it away?
Dang it, I didn't think you were there. I can see you. I can see your fingers twitching. The moment they said snacks, they started to twitch.
All right. It's gonna sound really. You know what? No, it's gonna sound really dumb. It's gonna sound so.
It's
dumb.
okay,
All
Will.
right.
We're used to you sounding dumb.
I kind of want to know what a hell apple tastes like.
Already tried hell sausage, so I understand that.
Now, like, is it spicy? Is it hot? Does it
Get me a
taste
seed.
like dirt or ash?
Get me a seed and I'll show you. That's all I need.
Makes note. We'll search for hell apple.
All right. The contract is sealed.
What material wealth do you desire?
The monkey's paw curls when Blaskin says, "Get me a seed."
Uh-oh. That was very vague.
It's like, has anyone here seen that really terrible? It's hilarious, but it's like terrible. The Aladdin skit, the animated skit where it's like actual realistic Aladdin, and he wishes, and the wishes he makes with the genie. The one where he kidnaps Jasmine, and then he just gets Abu some peanuts, and then they just leave.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Do you not know that skit? Okay. Anyways, I was gonna make a genie joke. Like if I had 3 wishes, the genie Will would just say, I wish to always have apples readily available for my consumption. All right. Yeah, that's easy. All right. What's your second wish? I have no further wishes. You have already provided for me all that I wish for.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyways, I sidetracked us long enough. Continue.
No problem. Yeah, sorry, my brain is resetting after that fever dream of the Aladdin story.
Yeah, forget I said anything.
Jasper comes back in with a small sheaf of notes that he's collected, and is wheeling in one of those rotating chalkboards. So it's got the 2 stand legs with wheels. There's nothing on it currently, and he just kind of positions it in front of the group. I assume you all have like taken seats around. There was various couches and chairs. But he kind of stands this up in the center. Right, allow me to expound upon the plan. And he flips the... wow, I totally blanked on that. Flips the blackboard around, and you see this image.
Oh. Splendid. Wow.
Wait. Oh.
Hey, Flint.
Yes.
I have a lot less faith in this plan than I did a minute ago.
I was about to compliment him for how well prepared he seems. Like he's got the blackboard, he's got a folder. This is a.
Wait a minute, guys. Let's
hang
hear him
on,
out.
y'all. Hang on now, y'all. He is wearing a suit and a tie, and don't forget that is a vest he is wearing under there. So we gotta at least hear him out. He is clearly a professional.
Well, to
This
be
is a better
fair,
plan
he
than what we
does
were
have a
coming up
better
with.
plan than some of ours.
Will's gonna lean over to Jasper and he's gonna whisper, "Hey, quick question: Are hell apples a thing?"
So you're just shouting. You're having to ask that across the room because he's standing next to the board and you guys are all sitting around on the other side of the room.
Ask that later. It's plan time.
Will is going to appear magically.
He just leans in from out of shot.
Pass without a trace on himself, walks up to him.
Will raises his hand.
Yes, William.
Are hell apples a thing? Can I get that here?
Is this a material question for the plan?
Yes, it is very important for the success of our plan.
That's a lie. He just lied to you.
He just wants apples.
He
has a
just wants
problem.
apples.
Wait.
I like to think this is the first time, like, Will hasn't managed to lie to Blaskin after all this time. This is the one that Blaskin's like, I know that. Wait a minute. He's lying. What a piece of shit.
Well, but in Will's defense, Will does need apples, and Will thinks that he needs to be a part of the plan because he's a part of the team. So technically, Will does think.
No, Will, I'm cutting you off.
Nope,
Oh,
you're done.
that-
The
Alright,
short answer is William. The short answer is yes, and we'll get back to that maybe never.
Please,
So-
explain the plan.
Yes. As you know, we are talking about our mark is this Amnizu named Ethic. Nobody really likes him, or at least I don't, and I believe your companion Jarl, is it? Also is in agreement about the suckiness of this judge. The item we're looking for in particular in his within his shoot, I'm completely blanked on that word. He owns this item. Yes, within his collection. That was what I was trying to think of. He's a particular. The staff is a symbol of the position that he holds. It is. I don't know if you could consider it like the speaking stick around a circle, or the courts hold this in very high regard, and anyone in his current position, in his current title, has to hold this. So, this is some of the leverage that we are talking about, yes? You take this away from him, he doesn't want anyone to know he no longer has it in his possession, and you have a position of power or leverage, discussion, however you want to play that particularly. There are more details here, but if I can find the right window, the item in particular, the Vox Populi, this is a column of skulls and skull parts, and you will see it's also bound with sinew, and it pulses a bit. It kind of breathes.
It what? Did you say it breathes?
No, with the breath. It breathes.
Does it stink?
It inhales and exhales, but only a little bit.
I guess I did not think it was alive.
Well, I think that's up for debate.
It sounds like it breathes. Whatever.
No, breathing sick, that's no big deal. No problem. You can deal with that.
Well, it's not. That's not what makes it potent and powerful. So the thing is, this it happens to mutter and jabber in all known languages and all unknown languages. current, past, potentially future. So the rumor is, I mean, no one sat down and then listened to the whole thing, but it is slowly muttering out all the individual truths of existence. Something similar to, think like the million monkeys with typewriters eventually writing Shakespeare.
Who's that?
Right. It's Elminster. I don't know.
What? Like, I'm gonna know who that is.
Right. So,
Will raises his hand.
yes, Will.
You said it breathes. Does that and that it whispers? Does that mean that when we try to steal it, is it going to like alert people that we're trying to steal it?
No.
Okay.
It does not. It is not a conversing. It's not like you ask it a question and it gives you an answer. It does not have opinions. It just kind of it has the diarrhea of the mouth. It just keeps going. So that is the item we're looking for. This is the person who holds it. Let's
How large is this?
It's like it's shorter than a quarterstaff. Supposedly. I have not seen it yet. This is why I'm interested in getting it. Well, no. I'm interested in getting it for a lot of reasons, but I'm also curious what it looks like in person.
So is this people's voice and all? Is it like kind of like the people's elbow?
Is that another sentient item?
Yeah, I saw some guys. They do like a wrestling, and it's one of the moves is the people's elbow.
Oh.
Well, maybe it's the same.
Sounds
system.
like it could be very
The way
powerful.
you describe it looks like a beat stick.
That breathes.
I feel like we're glossing over the it breathes still.
Yeah.
I want to revisit
You seem
that.
very hung up on this. It's not like, it doesn't exactly have lungs as far as I know, so it's just a very shallow pulsing kind of thing.
Great.
Like that makes it more normal.
Thank you for that.
So what you want to do to really mess with people is like when they're sleeping, you just kind of lay it beside them. So it's in the slow breathing and wonder what's going on.
Great.
All right, who brought the stick? So let's continue, shall we? He rotates the board around to this side.
Wow.
So,
Flynn,
the
I
staff
don't know
we're
about this
after.
plan. I'm gonna go home.
No, this is very
Really?
You
self-explanatory.
literally
Just,
cannot go home. We are
Just walk-
magically
just walk us through it. Walk us through it.
This adventure was a bad idea.
There's
Hang on.
YouTubers
Is it
explaining this to us?
so? There's two arrows leaving office. One going to the Court of Cinders and one going to Bator. Is it an either or is it like is it a both? Are we throwing the office in Bator? What is that arrow supposed to mean?
I'm gonna let him explain.
Probably not.
This is the D&D experience.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I'll hold my questions till the end. And I pull out an apple and I start eating it.
Loud crunching.
He takes a log or a 3-foot pointing stick. He just starts going through them. So, the staff we know is located within his office. His office is in the Court of Cinders. However, it's not really in the Court of Cinders. He owns a how do we put it? Not registered portal door. So the door to his office in the Court of Cinders actually leads to his office. Well, no quotes on that one. The real office is in his home in Bator, in the city of Dis. So that is where we need to send people to acquire this item.
I believe other places refer to that as the Nine Hills.
Yes, one of them in particular. I believe this is on the 2nd level.
What's the second level?
Dis.
Menswear and casual.
Nice.
Yeah, I was asking for that one. Never mind.
So, based on what my information network has gathered, and what we've been able to get our hands on, there are 3 potential parts to this overall acquisition. Let us start with, where's the button I'm looking for? So, we are going to need 3 teams to make this work.
No question. Is he rolling out a second billboard or is he writing this
No,
down?
he just rotates it around and it's different.
What?
Wait.
That's pretty good.
There's only
There's
2
an imp
sides.
on the other side, like furiously
Hang on a
erasing
minute.
and rewriting.
Oh, is Flint back yet? I just saw the BRB. I mean, he's gonna have access to all of these, so I guess it's automatic note taking.
This is the thing. This is what I wanted from the imaginary invisible guy. I wanted the billboard, or I wanted the blackboard that has like infinite blackboard slates on it. You just keep flipping it.
It's called the slide deck.
We have unlocked Microsoft PowerPoint.
Oh no, I'm back at work.
Anything but that.
So we're going to need 3 different, 3 teams to work together to pose this off. We're going to need some interns. I'll get to that in a moment. We're going to need a distraction team. They will actually be within the court itself. And then we are going to need a retrieval team for the item in Beitor, in the 9 Hells. So he flips the board over again. Oh no. Is it this one? Yep. Let me make sure I've got it. So one thing we know about Essek is that he accepts weekly intern hires from the law school in town, the Aspirantica. They do lots of menial tasks for him. They do his housekeeping or his office keeping. It's usually a group of 2 to 3 law students who are picked from the school. So the piece that we have been able to get our hands on is a key to the dormitory at the school. The students reside there, and the school should have on record the current assignees for tomorrow's intern shift. What I need you to do is acquire their school badges, and these aren't like photo IDs or anything. They are pendants, but they do have unique identifying numbers on the back. So I'm going to need a group to go acquire these identifiers and their robes, and then pose as the intern so we can get you inside his office. This team is going to be the one that probably can find the staff itself. We can come back to any of this in a moment. He rotates the board around again. The distraction team. One of my spies has been able to look into Essek's actual schedule, and it looks like tomorrow he's got a hearing between 2 representing parties that he's never met. So we have a chance to step in, and I'm going to need 2 enterprising individuals from your group. We've got volunteer number 1.
Me.
To take these roles. So here's what we know. His paralegal wrote down that this is some kind of land dispute. That's all the details that were in there. It was 2 individuals representing themselves, and he's supposed to sit and provide some large amount of money was paid so that they would have direct audience with him, and not go through some of the lower courts. Not exactly sure what's going on there. But this group is going to need to keep him occupied in the court so the intern team can do their job finding the item and trying to get it out. This means a couple of things. do not put him under threat, because then he can raise the alarm. I believe he even has summoned his own bodyguards in the past. So just keep that in mind. And also, you must not be suspicious. Because if he thinks something is good, we need you to keep him busy, but seem legitimate.
Maybe Flint and I aren't the best
Please.
for that.
What do you mean? Please elaborate on why we're not the best for that.
Just
Flint,
try
we're
to.
loud.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't see how that's a problem here.
Uh-huh.
Let's just
Maybe that's part of the problem.
Maybe you're just bad at explaining.
Someone of his caliber is probably a bit arrogant. What's some of the things? Do we have any information on like things he's overly proud of that they could bring up in conversation? How to get him like rolling himself where he's stolen himself, just because he wants to talk about whatever his thing is, or how good he is, or this or that. Do we have that information?
Well, we know he is very proud of his station. We know he is proud of having many people work underneath him. And what else? What would I have? Because you're pushing him for info. I'm trying to think if there was a way to roll on that for you. Not sure what else that might spark some interest personally, but let me make a note, because we basically have a day to acquire some additional informational resources before we all try to do this tomorrow. So,
He's a lawyer, right? That's what you're saying?
well, he's a judge.
Even better. Like, is there any case that is overly like proud of, like very monumental that he preside over? That can like he talk to him, ask questions. He's super proud that he was a part of that, or made the ruling. Any
He
accolades
was.
that that can be brought up where he'll like, oh yeah, it's the first of my class doing this and whatever.
He did go through the Aspirantica, so there might be something that the intern team can dig up there. It's one thought. I do think he has been around in the system long enough that he may have been part of the group that put together some of the initial laws about the balance in the city.
But there you go. You two guys can bring up stuff like that to ask him about. That's why it's something he's super like proud of and excited about, where he'll want to talk about. All you gotta do is kind of get him on the subject.
Or you could try to bring up concerns about the land dispute.
Flint, I know how we can distract him.
Go on.
Let's go destroy the land in the land dispute.
Oh my god.
I shake your hand.
That's actually.
Done
Will's
deal.
gonna lean over to Gumbo. That's actually a genius idea.
Oh, that means he's not going to be in that court session that we need to stall him in.
No.
There's going to be no land dispute.
They need to destroy the land before court, but also before they know about it.
Oh, no.
I believe people in this world can cast a message.
I love it, Brandon. I see that the GM look right there of the and here we go.
I'll just wait to
Hey,
see
Saturday,
what else
thank you
came
for
out.
Appreciate it.
Just keep in mind, we have no idea what this land dispute is or about or where. All that we have were the notes in his planner, which said it was about a land dispute.
Okay, maybe vandalize the land a little bit. Maybe not destroy it.
I think the problem is we don't know where the land is right now.
Yeah, that would be part of it.
No, I think you go pose as like an environmentalist group concerned about the land. You stall them. Easy.
Hey, that's 21 months that Saturday just resubbed for. Thank you very much.
Holy moly.
Ooh,
Dang,
A
Seth.
lot of months.
We ain't worth it, bro.
love you, Seth.
Thank you for the
Yes,
raid
we
as
are.
well.
Scott alone is worth it.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, let's me describe the
Look at-
third group, and then we can go back and talk about who, where, and what. Fair?
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay. Rotates the board one more time, and that's it from this.
How many of these things did you make?
I'm honestly
They're enough.
impressed.
They're pretty good.
Enough. All right, our retrieval team. There's some wrenches thrown into the works here. The office portal, his door, this threshold, it will not permit pocket spaces, so something like a bag of holding is out of the question. And there is also an alarm in place if the staff itself crosses the barrier of his office. He wants to keep it there so that nobody else can take it from him, because as far as I am aware, he managed to take it from the previous owner, and that's how he got his station. So he's gone to great lengths to make sure that doesn't happen again. Which means we need to get it out through the building of his office there in the Nine Hells. I have not been inside his office. I don't exactly know what there are as far as resources. So this is going to be... Go ahead.
Is teleportation magic blocked? Do you know?
Well,
Or any
teleporting...
anti-magic.
Teleporting is going to be difficult because the room is not in the same plane as the rest of the court.
This time, it's gonna actually be Lily who raises her hand.
Yes, miss?
Whoa.
Now, what about the ethereal plane? You know, if he's got any sort of protection against that.
Oh, wait! I have a spell for this.
Well, I can just do it. And she'll demonstrate by stepping into the ethereal as a bonus action without expending a spell slot.
Does that mean she just disappears?
Yep. But she'll reappear right after.
However, as far as I recall, what's the word I'm trying to think of now? Movement on the ethereal plane is still basic locomotion. Like you're still moving. If you were to transition over to the ethereal, like we just saw, then you're still moving in relative position to the material. Am I correct?
That is indeed how it works, yes.
Then I still don't think that gets us around the portal problem. His office is in an entirely different plane than the building you may enter from. It is a portal border, not necessarily a...
I wonder, maybe we could, do we have
here, let
access to,
me
like,
translate.
Havisham's place here? Because his place kind of touches all kinds of different areas. If there's a way to maybe attune it to there, we could just step out of his office or his store right in there, get it, and walk right back out.
Well, let me point you towards some of the lower details on this chalkboard. I have in my possession a portal key that goes to this city. It's not in his building, but I am led to believe that this is somewhere like within a block or two. So that would, I mean, is this basically the same thing you're talking about? Yes, it gives you a path into the plane of his actual domicile.
Well, yeah, similar, but we've got a friend that is his whole like business kind of touches all kinds of planes that you walk in and you may walk out to another place. I don't know how he does it, but if there's a way to attune it to someplace specific, if we could attune it to his office directly, we could just walk in, get it, walk right back out, and go anywhere else.
Where is this
Instead of being
located?
adjacent, we'd like to go right in. I don't know if it's possible.
And where is his friend's place of business?
It's all over. Now, did we have Haversham's? We had his office is in City Hall, right?
Yes, physically.
Yeah. So one of them, I walked into it from a place known as Oath. I was in Greyhawk City when I walked through. He's from, and I name off where I remember Flint being from. Will, he's from another place too, I believe. Are they all from the same one?
Actually, yeah, we're from the same one.
But different
We're
areas.
Hang on. If I scroll all the way up to the top, I should have all those.
Yeah, but they're all over, and then he's got a shop here in or not here, but in Sigil.
Well,
I don't
it's
know
not
how
a
it works.
bad idea, but how?
I think it could be easy enough just to have non-detection going when you go through the portal. I think that might just work. I could potentially cast it on the item as well, but I don't know how strong the sensors will be.
And this protects it from what kind of magics?
Target can't be perceived through any divination magic or perceived through magical scrying sensors. Slightly ambiguous.
Yes, I'm not sure about the specifics of the kind of wards in place.
I would assume probably
It's a-
illusions would be right out.
Yes, it's a bit of a gamble because there's not exactly a manual we found on this door yet, but there have been parties that tried to escape with it in the past, and so far they have not been successful trying to leave through his door.
See, because I can make us all look like something else to blend in. But it's an illusion, so I'm not sure how well kind of
Well-
protections they got. I mean, a legal system in here now, I figure they would be proof against such for any kind of shenanigans.
Well, I believe that is the guise of the law school students is already expected.
I mean, that makes sense to me. I think. I didn't go to school, but that sounds like what would happen if you went to school.
You lost me on that one. Oh, wait. Is this not sharing with everybody? Like each image only shows 4 icons. Maybe that's just me.
I see them
Like
all.
Jack, have you seen any of the blackboards that show up?
Yes.
Okay, then I guess
saw
it's just a weird UI thing. It's only like anytime I share a map, usually I see all the icons of people that have opened it, and it's only showing me 4 icons on my end. But that's fine.
Oh, really?
If you guys are seeing it, then that's good.
Yeah, no, I definitely saw it.
Cool.
What's the job
Uh,
of the intern team again?
That is our foot in the door. The group that is unsuspicious because they are already expected to be there. You're taking the place of a small group of law school students from the Aspirantica. Those students there are called Aspirantics. And every week he has a new group come in. It's part of the internship program at the school. I think he's taking advantage of it, to be honest. But it's a big, a good opportunity for the aspiring younger students to work for such an illustrious judge. And they spend the day cleaning his office, filing some paperwork, Occasionally he's eaten one, but not usually.
Not usually. Okay, that's good.
So ideally, this is the group that, when successfully acquiring the IDs of the next the students slated for tomorrow's intern shift, then they can just walk right into the court, and they'll be directed to his office and given the right wards to pass through and be allowed into his space.
And his office is where we get the portal key into Dis?
No, I have that.
Oh,
Get
So
him!
Yeah, this and that.
We can just take the key and go. Get him!
Uh,
oh no, so the staff is in the office.
the staff is in his office somewhere.
Okay.
The office is in the Nine Hells, and this is and he's similar to what's hastily drawn up on the blackboard. This kind of 3-tiered key shape. This portal key works on. I'll be able to give you the specific location of the portal on this side. Takes you into the block that his apartment is in, where this actual office resides. And he flips through a couple of the notes in the sheaf in his hands. I believe it says it's a 5th story walk up.
Oh, that's a lot of stairs.
Yeah, I look
We're
at
out.
you with that knowing look of short people.
I'll take on those stairs.
Yeah, who needs stairs when you can just walk up a wall?
So brave.
Stairs are for losers.
I have no other blackboards. I believe that's the last one, so I can flip back to whichever one you want to reference in particular. But now would be time for questions on planning and all the extra details. I guess so. All of this comes together then, where the retrieval team is able to acquire the item in the Nine Hells in this, come back through the same portal, which does not have wards on it, which brings you back into a nice safe receiving area on this end, and then you deliver to me the staff, and I suppose once, well, I don't know how you want to time it, but if I were actually there doing all of this, once I had acquired the staff, then I would alert the team present in the room with the judge to press the leverage. Or you could save it for another time, but anyway, that's how it ends.
I press the leverage. It means just like, hey, we got your stick. Haha. You can do about it. Or like, how are we gonna go about pressing leverage specifically?
Well, this is a very powerful item of station, and the law is very clear that in order to be the penultimate judge of the system right now, you have to be the one holding this the Vox Populi. He becomes a very delicious target for those underneath him looking for more steps in their power ladder, if it becomes common knowledge that he does not actually have this item. Then he is open for defamation, slander, I forgot the law term for actually lying.
Perjury?
Perjury, yes. Not a good position to be in as the head judge of the Court of Cinders. So it's a bit of maybe a blackmail situation? But there's room for some artistic liberty here.
Okay, so we're splitting into 2 teams?
We need a retrieval,
Uh,
distraction, and intern team. don't
3
we?
teams.
Intern becomes the retrievers, though, right?
No, the interns are expected to then. I suppose the logistics are up to you. They are only expecting so many interns. It's either going to be 3 or 4. The details will be there in the school. They have different numbers every week. So this is a good question.
Because if the interns are getting the thing that will suppress the wards, they should be the ones going through the portal, yes?
The ward suppression is for his office door. You can only go through if you have. It's basically an access key. The portal to this is not to his door at all. That is just a standard portal.
Oh, okay. But to get into his office, we want to be an intern and have that, right?
Yes, because that is the only people that's going to be granted specific access to that door.
Okay, well, that just leaves, I guess we can pick teams either now or later, but how do we get the staff out of the room?
Portal to. I mean, could we open the portal to Dis into his room? Just be.
The key does not open a portal anywhere. It works on a. So this is similar to the portal keys you guys have used in and out of Sigil, where a specific item activates a specific door or window or manhole, and opens the link between 2 places.
Mm-hmm.
So what he's offering is specifically a portal key for like a door around the corner from his place or wherever he's going to point out the specific location, and that would take you to the 9 Hells within the vicinity of like the actual building where his office is located. Whereas the other team is getting the ability to walk straight into his office through the badges that are listed for that day's support team.
We don't have a good layout of his office yet.
Anybody who's on the access list is expected to just work there that day.
But once
So
the staff crosses that threshold, the alarm goes off.
Right, which is why you probably don't want to take it out his door.
Does he have a window we can jump out of?
Probably. I haven't seen his window ever open at the court. Could be that a window on the other end opens out into the nice Iron City. Could be as simple as open the window, drop it down to the other team. Who knows?
Would it be possible to negate whatever alarm is going to be sounded? Is it magical in nature? Do we know?
There's certainly some magic to it. However, there have been several attempts to try to take this item before, and there was no luck with simple illusions. Someone discovered. I've gotten this word of mouth, so I'm not sure exactly who. I doubt they're very much alive anymore. Someone discovered the whole issue with trying to bring pocket spaces through the portal or through his door. So, not exactly sure what the ward is that has this kind of permanent portal between the 9 Hells and this space. So, I mean, that's another thing that you can investigate when you're in the space. But this is the amount of information we've been able to get hold of.
I think we'll just have to scope it out in the moment, I suppose. I can try the non-detection, but just in case that doesn't work. Lucky, you wanna be interns?
Yeah. I figure that's kind of what we'd have to do, and we probably have the acumen between us to pull it off.
Wonderful. Any other volunteers?
I mean, I don't think I'd be particularly good at with distraction. So yeah, I'd be an intern.
Ice 3. Is everybody else okay with distracting?
Will and Lily will both nod. Yeah.
I can do that.
So
I can be very distracting. Like right now, I just start screaming in somebody's ear.
Jesus.
the distraction task is there are only 2 seats. Because according to his day planners, there are only 2 parties, 2 individuals representing themselves, contesting this land dispute. Do keep in mind that whatever you're coming up with, I believe they are on opposite sides of the argument.
Oh, so you can just argue with each other the whole time. That's even better.
So he's taking down roster so far. It seems we have the Gumbo, Lucky,
Yes.
and Flint
Hey, Hauser.
on our intern team. Am I understanding this correctly?
I believe so.
Right. For our illustrious court duo, who are our best showmen or barkers or people with this knowledge of random law? Or who can convince him that they have the knowledge of random law or reason to be paying lots of money to bring something to court?
Well, I do happen to know a lot about the law of nature.
I suppose that could be persuasive.
You're already on a team. You keep volunteering for all of the teams.
No, I can switch teams if you don't want to be on a team.
Fine, we're taking Wybosh.
What? Why?
What
All right.
what kind of role would it like out of a weird what skill would that be, Brandon? Knowing law.
For which one?
Knowing law. History?
So I'll treat this one just above the table. This is improv team. This is you got to keep this guy busy and try to sell it as best as you can. Whatever you want to do to keep him busy, and try to keep him unsuspicious.
I've played it up before, like Blaskin knows some mercantile, like trade agreement, contracting. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I mean, so this isn't going to be. It's on you to sell it with whatever skill you want to use. You don't necessarily have to have a law background at all.
I have a +9 in animal handling. What if I put on an animal show? You said
you
whatever skill.
Yeah,
If you can get that through the front door, sure.
I can bring a dog. Like a regular dog.
Yeah, if you can get that through the front door, sure.
All right. I'll keep that and I'll be thinking about that. That could be kind of fun and cool. If I can assumedly get a monkey, preferably with a bowler hat.
I mean, I have athletics +9. Can I like lift some weights at him?
We're gonna put on a concert. We're gonna have him flying in the rafters doing the trapeze artist stuff.
Circus Soleil bullshit.
I'm gonna have an animal doing tricks. We're gonna put on a whole show.
Wybosh is going to take him to the gun show, sounds like.
You need a distraction? Here we go.
Jasper just looks really nervous now.
Why? This is a great plan.
This contract goes well. Okay, no, this contract only goes one way. If we fail, we get fucked.
So just help me help me follow this story through. How does a trained monkey argue
entertainment.
half of a land dispute?
It's entertainment. You said that I can distract him with whatever skill I had. You didn't say it had to be for this train dispute.
It's like it's filibustering. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. It's really well trained. Alright, well, if we're gonna do a land dispute thing.
I mean, we'll see how anything goes. Whatever you guys settle on. I'll back off and just I'll tell you what happens. So are you guys? Do we now have Wybosh on the intern group, and Flint and Blaskin are going to court? Is that
I guess
what I'm hearing?
Yeah, sure.
Well, then what are Will?
Here I thought Blaskin was going to take the stick and fly out the window.
I'll just be filling in wherever I'm needed, and then will say, and I guess if I'm not needed, I'm gonna go look for some hell apples.
Well, we still need our team in Dis. I doubt if there's no successful way to get the staff out. Yeah, it's a bit of a gamble if you try to get it out back into the court. But if there is a way to get it out of the room on the other end in the Nine Hells, then you are going to need a group there to acquire it. If it's some kind of handoff.
Oh, that's perfect. That's exactly where I would assume I'd need to go to get some hell apples anyways.
So let me put it this way. If the intern group goes in and then never shows up again, this judge is going to be under scrutiny right away. He's eaten an occasional intern, but not the entire group.
Okay. Y'all? Willie? Do you want to be the handoff?
Yeah, I could do that.
This is okay with me.
Fine, but I'm gonna be keeping an eye out for some hell apples.
So distraction team, we've got Flint and Blaskin. And then in the Hells, who knows what Will is going to find? We got Will. We've got one player playing two characters and the
On
DM.
the same team. Oh, this is going to go swimmingly.
We're also very short on letters. Will, Lily, and Y'all. I think that's like we can do all of that with like 5 keys.
Yep. Not a lot of unique letters in this team.
All right. So he's gonna kind of push the blackboard over to the side, like back up against a wall, a little out of the way some more, and go back into his study and pull out a small chest and bring it out. It's got, it seems to be kind of a knick-knack box. Like there's some pens in there that you can see when he first opens it up, pulls out some random sheafs of paper, and then provides a kind of mundane-looking bronze key. Excuse me, sorry. I have a hiccup that keeps trying to work. This is the key to the dormitory of the school. If I would suggest the quiet entrance to. Well, actually, that's a good point. If the rest of the plan doesn't happen until tomorrow, the intern team could take additional assistance trying to acquire the IDs and the robes tonight, potentially. Then the school is not in session. It would just be the students in the dormitory. But we're still, I mean, you would still, for the act tomorrow, would still need your specific teams. But if any additional help wants to go along to the acquiring the badges this evening, I don't see any harm in that. The more of you there are, the more chances to be noticed, but... Anyway, I am rambling. Here's the key to the dormitory of the Aspirantica. And another much larger object, probably maybe 12 inches long, is this bizarre key-looking item, like a weird double cross. This is your portal key. There is a... this is the one that takes you to this. There is a rather out-of-place looking outhouse between right outside the gate of the Harmonette, this neighborhood here, about half a block down. It seems wedged between two buildings. One of them, I believe, is a brewery, and the other is a warehouse. But if you place this into the door, you'll see, it's a similar relief. Then remove it. You'll have an active portal for, well, I've never tried it myself, but it's supposed to be between 6 and 30 seconds, something around there, before it just turns itself off again. So he hands both those items over. So you now have the portal key and your additional access into the dorms.
Yay!
And I suppose with that, unless there are any more questions I can assist with,
where do we find the intern list for tomorrow?
That's a good question. I believe it should be somewhere in the school records. Someone in the administrative staff has to be keeping track of this. Perhaps an office, a record room.
Okay, we'll take a look around.
Yeah. You have, you are welcome to rest here this evening, whenever you are not pursuing the bullet points of the contract. And I will wait for pleasant news of the items returned to my ownership. And the evening is yours. At this point, it's I'd say 5 o'clock p.m.
We'll keep you updated.
Oh, I almost forgot. He digs back into that box a bit and pulls out a pair of sending stones and just offers them out to whomever. I suspect your two of your teams at least might want to have an ability to have a quick connection should it be needed. Here, I can actually, whoever wants to take it, I can actually drop that in the party sheet. Or maybe I can't. Are they not in the items? Oh, I'm looking in the campaign.
Okay, definitely one for core team.
Sure. I have that stick bag.
Huh?
Bag of holding. Team distraction.
Hmm.
Where do I? Oh, there's the inventory. Sorry. Let me drop this in here. Does that work? Yes. Okay, there is a sending stones item in the party sheet. I guess I should just make 2 because then you can keep track of who's got each.
True.
Okay. There are 2 sending stones in the party inventory.
I guess intern team could take the other one, and then when we pass off the stick to Will and Co, we'll give them the stone so they can tell you that it's out. And
good.
you can keep us updated on how much time we have.
I have a feeling that it's going to be much less of a hard number and more of a loose and fast sort of deal.
Yeah, that's okay.
You know,
If you work
Blaskin
with
and I, we got this. Right, Blaskin?
Yeah. I was actually going to go to the library and study on territory law.
That is an idea.
Oh, wait, I don't read Infernal. Are these books in Infernal?
I can read Infernal.
Are you asking the tiefling or?
Yes.
There are multiple libraries in the city. It isn't just the law school, but no, it's not just Infernal. They take many people of various persuasions come to learn law here in Ribcage.
Cool.
All right.
But that's going to be what I wanted to do. I think that's a fun idea. I can learn some cool stuff.
That is one way to describe it.
How do we get the students to not show up to court?
They're
Well,
not
there's
going to
the-
get past the front desk if they don't have their IDs.
Okay.
Would you like to
You'd
borrow
be
my
surprised
camera?
how many people try to claim to be students of the law school. It's very prestigious. It's hard to get in.
I suppose if you guys want to go hit the library, you can split off a bit and go check out the school.
I mean, I guess.
To the
You sounded
library.
so excited about it earlier.
It's your idea,
Not
Blast.
hard to have fun with a library card.
Shut up. Some ancient
All right.
ass magic over here.
All right, what y'all doing? Who's going where?
I guess I'm gonna go with the group to check out the school.
School team.
So we got Wivash, and Gumbo, and who else going to the Aspirantica?
Say lucky.
Okay, Wivash, Lucky, Gumbo, and then I heard Blaskin going to the library. Is Flit going with him?
Sure.
Flit
Nick,
might
now
learn
you can
some law
be
too.
2 places at once. You can go to the library and the school.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out who wants to go where.
I've heard of splitting the party, but splitting the player is just
Well, you're the one that did it.
You know what? Will is going to go. He's going to go to the school, and Lily is going to go to the library.
okay. So we got Wivash, Lucky, Gumbo, and changing your mind?
I ain't never been much one for books. I'm more of a practical learner, but I've always wanted to see what a library looks like.
Okay. Y'all is going to take a moment thinking about both directions. Perhaps I shall go acquire some of my own resources. Get ready for this trip into the Nine Hells. I will be back here tonight.
All right. We'll see you later then.
Indeed. And just kind of calmly walks out the front door. Doesn't look like she's in a hurry.
What an adventure.
Okay, I need a bio break, guys, so I will be back in a minute.
All right.
I will take one as well. Be right back.
I need a snack.
God damn it! Everyone's leaving.
Bye.
So there's a game coming out soon, and it. Let me pull it up real quick. I wish listed it. It was Heat Death Survival Train, and I'm sitting there like, man, Void Train was such a disappointment. I don't know if I can play another train-based survival game. But it looks really good. It just says
Okay.
coming soon. So there
I
you
know
go,
I am.
Twitch. Ha 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 ha.
Oh. Huh. Interesting. I don't know how I feel about that.
Okay, are we all back? Is it just me?
I am returned. I never
Definitely
left.
just you.
I'm back.
Definitely.
100%.
Bradley, you back yet? I'm gonna take that as a no. What was that train thing, Scott?
Oh, heat, death, survival train.
Is that the one in like the really snowy terrain?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I saw a couple like really early demo like playthroughs.
Looks really good. But Void Train burned me pretty bad by being a game with very strange, unfocused design. It did not know what it wanted the player to do. That was just how it felt.
So, Kate, to answer your earlier question, I guess the final answer is 6. I made 6 of them.
They're amazing.
We don't have enough visual aids in this game.
No, these are perfect.
I could get these on a t-shirt.
Oh, mouse, don't stop working. Okay, there we go. Whew.
Honestly, he's been so like serious and stoic this whole time, professional. And as soon as you whipped out the ethic in quotations sucks, I was sold.
Okay, well, I figure if we're still waiting for Bradley to come back, there was a team, the library team did not have Lucky on it, so do we want to start there and see what you guys dig up?
100%.
All right.
So, my mission here, Brandon, is not to learn as much as I can about land and territory law. It's to
Fair.
learn just enough to bullshit my way through a conversation.
I want to read
Okay.
up on the mark.
Okay.
And I just want to know what a book looks like.
And if I can't find a book that involves him in any way whatsoever, I'm going to the bars.
Okay.
Either I learn something at the bar or I get drunk. It's a win-win.
Yeah, let's go into tomorrow with the hangover. Oh, wait, he's a dwarf. He's not going to have a hangover.
I'm ashamed to put those in the same sentence.
Okay, who wants to give me a... Who wants to lead the investigation on this one? It's between Blaskin, Flint, and Lily.
Oh, me.
All right. Roll me an investigation check there, Blaskin.
All you, dear.
It's an 11.
Okay. You... It takes you a little while to find the right... I'm gonna just restart. That was a horrible sentence. You're pointed in the direction of the kind of academic district, because a lot of the additional available libraries are, they still wanted to situate themselves near the school for maximum traffic. Asking around once you get in the general vicinity, you're directed to a couple that have already closed for the day. Being more, for whatever reason, there's an entire law book that you could probably find on why they are open certain hours given the city. So you probably waste, let's say, like an hour or two before you manage to get into one of the kind of adjunct libraries to the law school. It's kind of an overflow, but they do stay open for students and like continuing ed people, so you can get in without like a school ID. So you do manage to find a library. It is sparsely staffed. You can just kind of start scanning the stacks yourselves, or try and locate one of the staff members. There's like a single, locate's a bad word. There's a single help desk kind of in the center of all of the radial stacks of books, which currently appears to be unmanned. But there is a bell.
Bing bong.
I think that was Flint ringing the bell.
Yep. He's ringing somebody's bell. He's already at the bar. I'm gonna punch the information out of you. Okay. You wait a couple minutes. Nothing happens.
I smash the bell. I just start slamming it.
So it takes 5 like percussive rings of the bell.
Oh no. Am I gonna get eaten by the thing from Lethal Company for ringing the bell too much?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh no, I wish I understood that reference. It takes
Frankly,
5
I'm sure you
percussive rings of the because I haven't played it yet. Percussive rings of the bell before a very rusted and kind of dusty spherical automaton with one wheel underneath comes kind of squeaking from the back room, and then like 2 long arms start to come out of like little side ports, and like a single, it almost looks like one of those old school like green glass desk lamps emerges out of the top, and just kind of lifts up to point the where you would have a light bulb. It's just kind of a diffuse lit lens. Makes its way up to the desk, and just kind of slowly puts its hands on the desk, and just kind of pauses, rocking back and forth on the wheel a little bit. Hasn't said anything. It's just kind of sitting there.
Hi, I'm looking for books on territory law or land law.
You hear like some squeaks and some gears turning, and then this small, like little, maybe 3-inch wide slot that didn't stand out for any particular reason before. A receipt starts to print out, or what looks like a receipt. And it's just got a section number on it. It's 25 through 40, and one of the hands kind of raises and points kind of upwards to an upstairs stack off to your left.
Did we have somebody with glasses that made them read really fast?
No.
Maybe that was something else.
That sounds really convenient.
Should have gone magic item shopping before this. I'm going to take the receipt and I'm going to start looking at aisles.
Okay. Is he a judge? Is that his position?
Oh yes, he's a judge.
Judge ethic?
You also get the gears churning a bit longer, And then the receipt prints out, and it just says Section 17, Genealogies and Histories.
Ooh.
And it points like directly behind it.
Oh,
Give it a
and
nod.
for me, I'm just looking for something about nature. Where's your nature section at?
The printer starts working almost right away. And it just an impressive list of various numbers starts to show up on this. Like everybody else got a little like ticket that's a couple inches long. This is more of like a CVS receipt, and just kind of keeps going for a while. And you see like individual numbers with such a generic query, it's finding you like the nature of devils, the nature of the Asimar, the nature of law, and it's just like.
Oh, wow. There's a lot of nature.
So Lily has a good like 3 feet long ticker tape that she's welcome to, but like after it prints out, the hands just kind of, it's busy for the next like full minute if you sit there, or if you wander away, just continuing to like point to more or less the entire library.
Oh, you know what? I have something a little bit more specific that might help you finish a little faster. Where are all your books on birds?
Starts printing out a book about Asimar a second time.
The hands keep going, and you hear like some louder crunching of some gears that maybe hadn't run in a while, or maybe it's just the multitasking that it's not really good at. But a much smaller piece comes out that just points you to Section 33. He's still pointing at all the old stuff, or you can wait it out, and then he ends pointing in one specific direction. It's more or less like 5 degrees off from the door you came in.
Thank you. I'll go look at the birds right now. I'll come back for the rest later.
So you just leave the other entire like sheaf there at the desk?
Yeah, I said I'd come back for it later.
Okay.
And all Lily's gonna do is she's gonna go look through the bird books. She's gonna find birds that she does not already have in her notebook that she collects bird knowledge on, and she's gonna start copying and adding bird knowledge to her notebook. Nobody knows this, but Lily, one of Lily's special things is she's a bird watcher. She's an avid bird watcher.
Well, now we know.
Yeah, but the characters don't know.
It's too late. It's out there forever.
Suddenly, all the characters started becoming very curious about her journal. Sure, Nick, roll me a percentile die. Lily happens upon a fairly thick tome on birds in the multiverse. Looks like this was somebody's life's work. She's easily identified 72 different bird types that she did not have in her journal.
Excellent. I start adding them.
She could be busy for a while. Ow, don't kick my feet, buddy. What the hell? Oh. Sorry, Cat's got a zip tie and decided to fight with it right below my chair. Blaskin, you went off to look for. You're looking to be able to BS your way through law.
Yes.
Okay.
Not necessarily like, maybe there is actually some good stuff I can learn, but it's mostly going to be just enough to pass.
Got it. Let's call this you're scanning. Give me an insight check and a investigation check.
Insight and investigation. Hey,
Dang. Okay.
I'm
So
on it.
not only do you have a good or have an easy time acquiring a useful book, but you're lucky in that the stuff that the stuff that you're guessing sounds important, or like these would be great cliff notes. You know, it's easy to put away. You feel pretty confident that you've got the right vocabulary to bluff your way through the potential court proceeding.
Cool. Those are some filthy rolls today.
Yeah. And then Flint, you were trying to find info on the judge. Go ahead and give me a investigation check. Flint, are you there with us? Garrett?
I know we lost him.
Oh no. Hold on, I lost Discord. Where'd it go? Still in. Did he fall asleep? That's fair. It's late.
No,
Not
it's
super
not.
late, but it's no. Yeah, I guess I don't know what you guys are used to.
It's only 2:13. He's up till 6 a.m. every day.
Holy crap! When does his shift start?
I don't know. Sometimes like 4 hours after that because he's being dumb.
Okay.
Oh,
Uh,
Oh, there he is.
did you leave?
yeah. I went to go get something out of the fridge, and then it became a whole ordeal.
Ah.
I'll go and do it later.
Had an epic battle with his fridge.
It was.
Well, after the investigation check you just failed on your fridge, I need you to roll a new one for finding stuff out about this judge.
Another investigation?
Yeah, this is specifically. So you were pointed in a direction. You were told where the books were. So now you're digging something up specifically. Okay. It's not a complete success, but it's not a failure. So you find a. It's kind of like it's not a genealogy. I'm trying to find the right word. It's the history of court appointments, which it's not just like, you know, who's sitting in that particular role, but you're able to see that he made a pretty quick climb. Like, he didn't have any specific position in the court system for more than like 3 months. There were a lot of tiers to go up, but he, based on current year, he has been in various seats of like the judge circuit for like the last 200 years. Made it all the way from like the intern role up into like through, I want to say, like 30 different, you know, position climbs in the span of what was that, 4 per year? So yeah, a marginal amount of time compared to how long he's been in more of the prestigious roles, and he's held this current one for 100 of the last 200 years.
Oh. He's been in this spot for a minute.
Go ahead and give me an insight check. So this kind of jives with some of the details. You recall that Jasper was pointing out that there have been several attempts to acquire, to take the kind of, the speaking stick. There's a better term for like the token of his seat of power. There have been attempts to take that staff that were not successful, but he also acquired this current position by getting it himself. So this is leaning towards like actually, taking it from him is not on the easy end of the spectrum if he's had it for this long.
Mhm.
But in the amount of time that you guys are flipping through books and the furious scribbling of bird notes, that is the key information. So based on the roll, there was just a lot of like flipping through, trying to find anything that looked meaningful, tossing that book away before you pick up the next one on the shelf. So that's like the key piece that you got out of it.
Okay. Do I go
Anything
again?
else from? Okay, go ahead.
I said, do I go again? Look for more book.
This has. We're gonna say that between the three of you, those investigations and bits of learning, like Blaskin's, we're hand waving details because I think he's gonna hand wave details of the actual.
I'm just gonna make up legal terms that
discussion.
sound correct over and
Yep.
over and over. I'm gonna, if I cannot convince them, I will baffle them.
So this is several hours worth of work. So y'all left the building. You left Jasper's place at like 5:30 p.m. So we're looking at like 8:39 at this point from like this section of the group.
Yeah.
So that being the case, before we come back and see if there's anything else you guys can do tonight, let's cut over to our law school team and see what you guys. So rewinding the tape back to when people break to start doing their separate adventures, what is Team Aspirantica up to?
We know where it is, right?
Yeah, Jasper gave you
Okay.
fairly good directions.
So we just need to find some sort of log or registry or notice of who is going, and then we need to go shake them down. Sounds easy enough.
Yeah, shouldn't be a problem.
That sounds about right.
And Wabash, you're in on this one too.
Yep.
Like, cool.
I'll take it. I'll be the. I take it. I'll be the shakedown part of this operation. I don't mean to insult any of you, but you don't look particularly intimidating.
The two short people put their hands on their hips and like, what do you mean? Up at the fully armored dragon man.
Following the directions from, I assume you guys just head straight there, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Following directions from Jasper, it doesn't take you long. Maybe 20, 25 minutes of just on foot. Leads you to the academic section. You kind of wound back down the bluff that led to Harmonet, and you approach a building of significant size. It's got a central, like, cylindrical piece that kind of mimics the large court of cinders in the center of the city, but of course much smaller scale. And they just went with red brick on the whole place, with some like white marble columns around the outside. Very like very U.S. South alma mater kind of vibe. But around the central, like, cylindrical tower, you've got like two large, like, 4-story wings that kind of curve along the back, like a pair of wings almost. And then in front of those are two rectangular halls that are 3 stories. Windows set along both sides at like a fair clip. But the wing on the right that kind of juts out forward has a sign on kind of the entrance at the end of the wing, not towards the center of the building, that says student dormitory, and the wing on the left, from where you're facing it, opposite that one, has a sign above the top of the entrance that says faculty and offices. Did you guys head like straight there? Like, I guess I'm trying to figure, is this like late at night that you actually want to get there, or did you just head out straight from that 5 o'clock hour?
I guess we should wait until after classes are over at least. So everybody should be in their dorm rooms.
Yeah, but I mean, we'd also maybe be harder to distinguish if there was more people moving around, right?
You cut
Lucky,
in and out a little bit.
Can you
Sorry.
can you maybe make us look like students once we get there?
Yeah, I can make us look now if you want to get prepped up. We can just go there as students. I got a spell that'll last an hour, but like I say, if they've got anything that'll see through an illusion, then we're kind of hosed. But yeah, I can do all of us.
Well, it's a law school, not a magic school, so hopefully not.
Yeah, I'm just concerned. I mean, it is with the law; they want people trying to mess around. But yeah, just us three, right? Are we doing more?
There's 4 of
Will
you.
and Wybosh are with us.
Now, do we have an example? Do I know what have we seen what they look like, the students, or do we have pictures, or can we go out and see the students? Is there like a prep school kind of thing where there's a uniform, or is it just they wear like
So you
a
haven't-
certain color or anything?
You haven't seen any yet. If you had asked Jasper about the color, so I don't want to retrofit too much. He did say that you needed to acquire their ID, like the medals, and their robes, which he would have pointed out are like a deep crimson.
They say if we can find something for me to get a look what the robes actually look like, not just the color. I mean, I can make them look exact, but I kind of need to know what I'm doing.
Give me a history check. So you can make a pretty solid guess after hearing, the fact that you're looking for robes, and he said they were like a deep crimson color. You've seen plenty of people moving around the city at this point, and with that history check, you're like, yeah. Come to think of it, I noticed this color around, and it seemed to be kind of, there were a lot of these robes. So you've got a strong hunch that you know what the students look like, or the uniform looks like.
Okay. So he sits there and thinks for a minute, like, okay, I think I'll remember. Okay, gather round, and I'll cast Seeming.
Okay.
I had linked it
And that
earlier, but there it is again if you need
Yeah.
it.
I was about to scroll up. Keep losing my mouse. So you're all willing targets. That's not a problem. It's for 8 hours. Failed to hold up physical inspection. Intelligence checking. Spells ADC becomes aware the target's disguised.
Now, if we can find some clothing to just get close to how the robes actually look and flow, that way to help with the illusion. So it may be a different color or something, but if we're wearing, like a skin-tight bodysuit and then walking on with flowing robes and somebody brushes up against it and their hand goes through it kind of thing, it can help with that.
So part of the guidance from Jasper was that it's fairly common that people try to get into the courts claiming to have claiming to be law students or graduates of that school in particular. So that's kind of the more of the importance of acquiring the physical robes themselves, because this is going to be under a lot of scrutiny as far as an illusion goes. If you try to continue, like, you're fine for now trying to take it to the school, but if you try to do the same thing going into the court, he was a little he was wary of that because a lot of people try to fake that.
Right.
But if you just want to try and find similar, just as far as bulk,
if we just
to
have cloaks
sit
or
under
if
the
we
illusion?
can, makeshift stuff that even if we have available. Or
Why do I feel like you
here,
guys had a bunch
do
of
we have
cloaks?
fabric available? Can we get fabric? Because if so, then I can just do this. No, cast fabricate.
Okay, you can fabricate a large or smaller object. Yeah, I guess that's close enough.
Don't even need clothes. I just need like wool. So.
Yeah. Help me paint the picture. What would you? I mean, you're in a large city, so if you look around in the academic district, or no, you actually haven't even left the posh neighborhood there. So what would Lucky have caught? What would have caught his eye to have been like, that's enough fabric?
Well, if with this guy's house, he's probably got clothes.
Oh, so you just want to raid his closet,
or wherever we're staying? I curtains, draperies.
Oh yeah, there's really nice opulent
use the
crushed
base
velvet curtains for all the windows. So there's a room in his
Bed
house right now
sheets.
that all the
They've got to
windows
have spare
are
like
uncovered.
towels and bed sheets and things like that. I don't want to just like rip all his draperies off unless that's all he's got that will work.
All right,
But-
yeah, you can. Okay, so you could raid his linen closet.
Yeah. Then I can fabricate
Oh, the terry cloth robes.
the robes and everything else, and then I can cast seeming to fine tune colors and stuff.
Okay, so you've got you now have the unpainted default skin of the actual robes, and then seeming layered over the top to give you the color scheme.
Yeah, I got the I bought the cosmetic pack.
Nice. All right, so you guys head out. Looking, you're feeling pretty confident you're looking the part of a clique of law students. Now you make your way over to the Esperantica. It is... So yeah, you get that same description. The kind of plaza in front, it's not really a quad, you're not on a whole campus. The plaza's not super busy. There's, some students arguing at tables or studying at tables that are just set out. They're just the stone picnic tables you might see at a public park are set out in the plaza, and you don't see a whole lot of lit windows in the center. It seems that a fair number of the classes are already done for the day. There are, if you look in the large open center of the building, you can still see there's plenty of people milling about. You can see in some windows there's still some lectures happening or some debates. So still some activity, but you get a visual confirmation that you're more accurately blending in with the look of everyone else there.
Did a good job, Lucky.
Yeah, thanks. It's only good to see some of the things I've studied coming into play, other than trying to burn stuff up or something. Kind of don't like fire much anymore. Nice to create.
Well, shall we head to... I assume the faculty office is where we'll find our our object that we're looking for.
Let's try to see who's interning tomorrow.
All right, so you guys are heading for the office wing?
Yep.
Okay. I'm trying to think of what this... so who wants to be on lead for initial investigation roll? Or who's taking point, I should say.
I've got a +5.
I also have a +5.
Big fat goose egg.
For investigate.
Yep.
I'll well, since we have so many. I mean, if you're trying to do metagame, I've got a +8. But say I can give. Can I give one of them like advantage?
Yeah. Yeah, somebody can... whoever's on lead can do it with advantage. But
Vash,
do
you take it.
pick a... Yeah. Someone who would be kind of the point person as heading into the faculty wing.
All right, I guess I'll take it.
All right, go ahead and roll the investigation with advantage.
The
Nice.
duality of
The
man.
range.
Wow.
Range on that roll.
I give him a
Mavash-
portent and I give him a 1. No.
No! Vash kind of breaks out his skills when he was a guardsman back in the before times, before he fell through a portal, of investigating and
It's like a rite of passage. If you haven't, who hasn't fallen through a portal or two? Come on.
It's true. Have you really lived if you haven't fallen through a portal?
Or been in jail.
Yeah.
But Wavash uses his old skills to like case the place, and are we just kind of looking around? Are we looking at papers or?
So, with that roll, you guys enter the building. It's you're heading down like a central hallway that's got very almost cubicle vibe. It's not a super aesthetic building on the inside. There's just a single central hallway and then a bunch of closed doors down either side, like every 25 feet. Is another closed door. On the left, you're seeing like individual names. So you assume that to be like the specific like professor offices, and then it doesn't take you long to find a series of offices that sound more clerical or administrative. However, reaching that point in the hall, there's still some chatter coming from some of those doors, and you see two individuals in black robes that look... Neither of them are particularly young. There's an elf and a dwarf that come around. The elf is probably... Well, no, human age isn't going to matter. Visually, would appear to be like a human in their 60s, a dark-haired woman, and then the dwarf's got some serious long beard with gray in it. But the elven woman stops you. Yes, and how can I help you students at this time? If you're not in class, you should probably be headed to the dorms.
Oh, we were just looking to find who's interning tomorrow.
That's really none of your business if it's not you. Okay, Wavosh, as point, either give me a persuasion or deception.
Well, at least I'm equally middling at both. Yes, we were just checking. My friend here has forgotten their schedule.
As he says that, I'm gonna kind of look down sheepishly and,
Oh no! Oh, I have an inspiration. We're gonna be using that. All right. Well,
The important thing is that you tried.
Actually, I think that's probably he rolled a 14. So that would be a 17 with his plus.
All right, scratch off that board and die.
Yep.
We're running hot and cold tonight.
Oh, just do what Sock does, man. Just roll more 20s. It's that easy. I don't know why you're making this so difficult.
Yeah, obviously, I'll just need to roll more 20s. Duh.
Yeah.
So, sorry, that was a 17?
Yeah, because I'm giving him a 14 and he has a +3 mod.
Wow. That exactly met their insight roll. You know, you're really supposed to be handling that before the evening. It's not my business, or it's not my department. So just check whatever you need to check with the administrative staff. And she brushes by, and the other one just kind of the dwarf, as he's following her, kind of almost with like some toady energy, just like does I'm watching you kind of expression at you, Lucky.
As he does, I pull out a pocket sausage and like hold it up like, want some?
He just keeps going. It's like
I take a bite of it and then put it back in my pocket.
So they're out of the way. There is still some kind of mild chatter in the so the door you just passed when you ran into them had records, and then the one in front that is ajar is like administrative assistance.
A jar of what?
Thank you.
Guess it'd be records would be what we're looking for.
Yup.
Okay. Do you want to try the record store? If you go to open it, it is locked.
Which one did you say was ajar?
So the one like where you guys stopped behind you, closed and locked, is records. Ahead, you can see there's a little like placard that's orthogonal to the wall that hangs out that just says administrative assistance. That appears to be where you hear the conversation coming from.
Maybe admin?
Oh,
I mean, we're gonna have to have a very, very awkward talk with the people in the room, but
Hang on, I have a plan. Let's go to admin.
to admin it is.
All right, you walk into the administrative assistant's office. There's 2 desks. It's kind of there's not a lot of space to stand. It's kind of a tight hallway build, and then the other half of the room space is behind kind of like DMV desks where you can't, like, it's not an open desk. You couldn't go around it. They've probably got another door in the back as far as how they access their desk space. But there's 2 individuals, a younger. Oh, sorry, my brain just completely blanked. Somebody's trying to bite my toe.
Sorry.
A younger. Scott, stop it. A younger kind of waifish gentleman and a very muscularly built human young woman. And the waifish one is got he's facing away from the desk. He's leaning back in his chair. He's got his feet kicked up on the kind of filing cabinet behind him, and he's throwing pencils up and getting them stuck in the ceiling. And the kind of gruff voice from the female next to him, it just seems to be complaining about some kind of like paperwork stack or inbox concern as you guys enter. But you catch her eyes first. She hasn't said anything yet. She just you can see that visually she's clocking you guys as you enter.
Excuse me. I know this isn't exactly how it's normally done, but is it all right if we take a look at who's interning tomorrow? We've been trying to get in for so long, and we just want to ask whoever's on the list how they're getting in.
That's a pretty what's the word you're always using? Prestigious opportunity to get a hold of. Can't just be handing that information out to anybody. You know, that's like some. Seems like you're trying to get ahead the wrong way. I don't know.
If anything, we'd just like to know, what books they're reading, what they're focusing on, how to better themselves. We're just trying to be better students is all.
Go ahead and try and... I don't know, are you... You tell me, you're either making a persuasion or a deception on this to convince... Like you're trying to persuade something, whether it's deceptive in nature or not is up to you.
I'm gonna go for a deception because we are inherently lying here.
Okay.
I can't help you except make it worse, so.
I'm gonna use...
Wow, you are really good at lying.
I'm gonna use my Dark One's Luck. And I'm gonna add a d10 to that. So that is a 27 to
You are
deception.
really good at lying.
Wasn't even her best lie. That was a medium lie with a little bit of a boost.
Jesus. Yeah, what is that means you could almost get a 40 right now.
39.
Yeah, that definitely beat the roll that I had. Just leave that there. Look. She kind of looks over to the other guy who's just kind of waves his hand like dismissively. He hasn't even responded. It's like focusing on his aim at the ceiling. You look a little closer and there's like a poorly drawn like target, and all of the pencils have hit very wide of the bullseye. I mean, it's a good pitch. I'm not supposed to give that to that really only gets handed out to their professors so they know not to expect them in class. But if I happen to go check on the records room and then forget to lock the door behind me, I'm going to come back and check it again in 5 minutes when I remember that I forgot to lock it.
Yeah, I think we're picking up what you're putting down.
Thank you.
And I think they had some donuts in the break rooms. What I had.
Jeff, I'm going to go take my coffee break. He just gives a thumbs up. She gets up from behind the desk and heads off, to the back door to records. Just ascertaining based on where you guys had come in from. You're pretty sure that's what's going on. And you hear that door open and close, or you watch her go through that door, close it, and then you hear some like shifting of a chair, and then you hear like the door unlock in the hallway, and then you hear a different door open and close. There's probably another exit out of records.
I just turn back towards the others, give them a wink. I'm gonna start scampering on that way.
I will scamper with you.
Just imagining like the Looney Tunes hip-toe sound from a giant dragon door.
Piano keys.
Yeah. If you go check the door now, it is unlocked. So you are able to make your way into the records room.
All right, let's make this quick.
It's the card catalog from hell. That is too old of a reference, I think, for some of you. It is a bunch of, think like an apothecary drawer system. So you've got drawers of like index card size. Man, these references are all old. 3-inch by 5-inch drawers just cover 6 different aisles that basically have enough room to move between them.
All right, fan out. We have 5 minutes.
All right, go ahead and give somebody roll investigation with advantage.
Well, it went
Lucky,
so
you want to
well.
lead this?
Okay, yeah, let's let Lucky do it.
My investigation, you said? With advantage.
With advantage. So you guys have 5 minutes. By about you all fan out. You start scanning through different card drawers. By about the 3.5 minute mark, still haven't found anything that looks like internship paperwork. It's starting to get a little nervous. And then Gumbo, you stumble upon one of the next drawer that you opened just had a tiny little placard in the front that said absences. And, not thinking much of that one, when you open the drawer, there is a section. So all of these records are on very small pieces of paper with very fine print. But there is a section with a header that says internship roles. And so you're able to flip through that really quick. And it takes another minute because you're looking through these individually, even if you're handing them back to each other. And you finally find a card that has everything has been like checked off so far, because it's almost like a library card insert where it's like they were signed up for this date and then they returned on this date. There was 1 or 2 that you flipped through that had a big red X on the return. But you get to the first card that has no, it's completely blank on the checkboxes for the first half. And there are 4 names. There's the first 3, and then the one at the bottom has in parentheses at the end, wait list. But they you've got a room number for it looks like 2 of them are in the same room, 201, and then the 3rd and 4th are in 204, so they'll be fairly close together. Yeah, and right about that time, you've got the 2 room numbers. You're starting to hear very heavy footfalls coming down a wooden hallway in the back.
I think we've got the info right here, guys, and it sounds like we need to go.
Yep, let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here.
Okay. Let's just do this real quick on the party. Here we go. Let's go. Nope, not that one. Sorry, guys. I don't know. There we go. So the group of 4 was Will, Gumbo, Lucky, and Wah. Okay, it's the break even as far as like how stealthy you were in getting back out of there, and more so like, did you put it back in order? You got the sense that that was going to be a bigger issue. It's like, did you just make more work for them? But rolls went okay. So everything, all the drawers got shut, and you can, as you're pulling the door closed, you hear the click of that door, and then you hear the click of the internal door. So it just made the cutoff. But you got the information on where to find tomorrow's lucky interns. It sounds like 2nd floor of the dorm wing.
Right. Let's go, finger quotes, get some advice.
Shall we?
All right, heading across the plaza. Cool. You guys make your way still. Yeah, seeming's 8 hours, so you're fine. Head across, in through. So the external door to the dormitories is locked at first, but the key does let you in. No issues there. No alarm bells or breaking and entering. Head up to the 2nd floor. There seems to. Hold on. 1 second. Gotta check on something real quick.
So, Lucky, you said you were kind of averse to fire. Do you want to tell me the story?
I mean, I usually want to have to, but there was an incident we were helping out Clint get his family's place back, and catch a fireball and almost killed his sister. I didn't know she was there in the area, and guys, squid face guys, and yeah, I almost killed her. So kind of don't like using fire. At least not big.
Scary.
Maybe a little bit more precise, like, you know, maybe a little hand toss version or something, but like a firebolt. But fireballs, I got a stick that can do it, but yeah, I haven't touched it since then. So as he's telling the story, he's kind of, you hear his voice cracking a little bit, and like, yeah, kind of a memory I don't really like thinking about.
I'm sorry for bringing it up, but
no problem. But yeah,
kind of new to the whole magic thing myself, and the friendly fire aspect is quite a big concern.
So I tend to like things that kind of keep things in control, or more beneficial and creative, like kind of what we did earlier.
Yeah, my go-to solution is put stuff in a box and run away.
It works.
Hang on, is this a like a loud conversation you guys are having that other people can hear?
I assume we're just chatting as they're walking towards
As
the
long as
hall.
it's not like we're other people outside. can hear easily, or if somebody's walking by, kind of drop voice for a moment, then pick back up conversation. Yeah.
Gotcha. I don't know how to tell you guys this because I also don't think that I'm qualified in any way, given my own history. But I don't think that that's a healthy way to cope.
Running away from your problems isn't a healthy way to cope? Really?
So you saying I should try to like kill more people with fire and get used to it?
No, I was thinking more like you need to learn how to like not be afraid of fire and
I'm not afraid of
like,
fire. I used to cook all the time. I can, I kind of light up. Well, if it's where no one can see and I don't get in trouble, I'll light up a firebolt in my hand. It's like, but the bigger uncontrollable explosions of fire, kind of like I don't like doing that.
okay.
I mean, they're good at what they do, but they're indiscriminate.
I think it's healthy to be a little bit of afraid of the extent of what we're capable of. I mean, we can do some pretty crazy stuff. I don't know about you guys, but this is pretty different from what I was doing last year.
I mean,
last
I'm
year
in
I
a
was
different
living in a
dimension
forest.
from when I was last year, so I can understand.
Shit, I actually don't know how much time has passed in game, but assuming that we started our questing within a year, well, that means that I guess I've been a year ago. I was just living in the woods. Didn't know anything about my my dad or that whole thing with the kingdom and civil war and unrest. I was just kind of well, I wasn't a hobo. I didn't like live on the streets in a city. What would like the forest equivalent be? A hermit?
A hermit.
Yeah, I was
Homeless.
basically a hermit.
Well,
Well, I wasn't homeless. I lived in the forest. The forest was my home.
Now I know a lot of people have like a real bad time on the street, but I grew up on the streets, and actually it wasn't that bad. I kind of enjoyed it.
I always avoided the streets, not because they were bad, but because I found they were uncomfortable, and I didn't really enjoy the people all that much. They were all kind of jerks. But out in the woods, surrounded by nature and the animals, it's very soothing. You just find yourself a nice stream to sleep by, and you can just listen to the sound of rushing and flowing water. Lulls you to sleep. Very calming.
Sounds lonely.
Oh, I was never lonely. I had all my friends with me. I had a deer. I named him Buck. Pun intended. I had a couple of squirrels. One of them, I named him Nutty because every time I saw him, he was always carrying nuts. And the other one was Crazy, mostly because he would always try to bite me. But, now I have non-animal friends. I have you guys.
Yeah.
And which character is this again? Is this Will?
This is Will. This
Okay,
is Will.
Just making sure I'm keeping up with who's who.
I lived at home for 70 years, and
You lived at home for 70 years, like with your parents?
yeah.
You didn't want to like get out and do your own thing?
I mean, I got out. I went to school. I had a job. Actually, I always wanted to be
I grew up on the street, so I didn't even have parents, so that's kind of cool.
I always wanted to be a geologist, but My family always wanted me to take over the restaurant.
Hey guys, sorry. I've been eavesdropping because I walked off with the wireless headphones. I'm gonna need to call a pause here. I'm helping out with a medical concern. It's not like life-threatening, but it's taken a lot of focus.
Oh, no worries.
No problem, man. Life happens.
Yeah. Let's put a pin in it right here. You guys are just about to make someone's evening, good or bad, depending on what you do, I guess. In the law school, our library team found some useful information. We can ping back to them as well when we pick back up. You've got 6 chalkboards worth of information to work with on this potential heist here, and we'll see how everything comes together or falls apart probably next weekend then.
Awesome.
Cool. Well, thank you for running, sir. Appreciate that. Got a little bit of late start, but better late than never. Thank you everyone who hung out with us tonight, especially the raids and the subs from Saturday. Very much appreciated.
Yeah.
And if you'll hang on through chat, I'll find us someone to raid. But you can catch replays on YouTube and Rumble. Likes, follows, shares there are appreciated. And I guess we'll see you Tuesday somewhere in that 11:30 to midnight Central for Kelso's game. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Good night, Internet.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.